Welcome to day 3. So I've got here a really fancy float switch for my bilge pump. Now it's a float switch in concept only. It's all modern solid state stuff. There's no actual little floaty thing anymore. And this one has the ability to detect oil. It's got Bluetooth sync and everything. Pretty fancy. If I was real nifty, I could probably hook it up to the internet and see remotely whether or not my bilge is being pumped out, except I no longer have internet capability on this boat. So I've never actually used this. I just installed this now, and I would kind of like to know that it's actually going to work and keep my bilge from filling up with water before I leave this boat unattended. I do take on a little bit of rainwater every time it rains, and when I'm here it's no problem to pump it out every now and then, but if I'm going to be gone for 6 or 9 months or maybe even more, this boat could fill up with water and then cause damage. I don't really want to fill up my bilge with a ton of water right now to test this, so I've gotten just a bucket and I put the pump in there, and I got the bilge switch, or the float switch, or whatever you want to call it. Let's put it in there and see if magic happens. Hey, there we go. It got wet. It's pumping it out. Alright, it's 2 o'clock Sunday, day 3. And I'm now sitting on this boat for what could be the last time ever. It's kind of a fitting end. When I originally bought this boat a year and a half ago, I woke up on a Monday morning with only a vague idea that I was going to be buying a boat someday. And then I got a phone call, and by that Saturday, I owned the boat. Similarly, last Saturday, I thought that this Saturday I would be scheduling a splash date for the boat, and I'd be living on it for another year and a half, finishing the loop, doing more boat projects. And instead I've moved everything out, and I'm on to a completely new adventure. So in some ways it's a fitting end. Started quick, ended quick. Now this is not definitely the end, but there's reasons to think that it could be. Many experts are saying that the pandemic could last as long as 18 months or more until they're able to find a vaccine, and I don't think that cruising the US is going to be very fun to do if we're on continual lockdowns and things like that. So, worst case, I'd have to store this boat for 18 months. The boat's just not worth 18 months of storage fees, and the longer it sits here unattended, the more likely something bad is going to happen to it. It's going to get full of mold, it's going to get full of rainwater. Something is going to happen to ruin the value of the boat. So if it looks like things are going to drag out, the smart thing to do is to sell the boat, and then later, when cruising season comes back, buy a new boat. And there'll probably be a lot of new boats for sale, well, a lot of used boats for sale then, and I'll be in a better position to upgrade to a larger boat. I'm definitely happy with the value I got out of this boat. I wanted to find out, would I like owning a boat? I did. I wanted to find out, would I like living on a boat? I do. And I wanted to learn a lot about fixing a boat, that I wouldn't feel bad if I totally wrecked it. And I definitely made a few mistakes during the repairs, but I'm happy with how they came out. I now have the confidence that if I bought a more expensive boat, I would feel comfortable doing the repair work on it, like fiberglass work, a lot of these other repairs. I learned so much that I definitely got my value just in learning out of this boat. Now, maybe there'll be some great breakthroughs. By September, the pandemic will have passed, things will return to normal. I'm not crossing my fingers, but if that happens, I can still come back here in September. The weather will have cooled down, and that'll still give me 2 months to get the boat put back in the water, get the mast on, and be ready to go November 1st at the end of hurricane season and continue doing the loop. So that's definitely still a possibility. However, there's also the chance that even if things get better by September, I still may not come back because I'm really excited about the new adventure I'm going on. And it may be that I like that so much that I just don't want to come back to this project anytime soon. I might want to stay and do that for who knows how long. So once again, it really only makes sense to store this boat for up to about 6 months. I'm now in a truck ranting about a pandemic on YouTube, so I guess I am now an official YouTuber. Not quite the achievement I thought I was going to be unlocking. left Alabama. I'm in Mississippi now, so I guess I am no longer an unofficial Alabama resident. I'm now boondocking in a Walmart parking lot, which is a fancy way of saying I'm sleeping in a Walmart parking lot. This is a pretty common RV hack for getting cheap lodging. They let you sleep in the parking lot because they know you're going to buy something in the morning. So this lighting is way more dramatic now. So not all Walmarts allow it, but I looked online and this is one of the ones that does. In fact, shortly after I pulled in, somebody came in a pickup truck and parked next to me, and they're now sleeping in their truck. Although they seem to be sleeping seated upright in the cab, so that can't be too comfortable. For dinner I'll be having peaches, no sugar added. And that is mostly because I have no idea where the can opener is, but this has got a pull top lid, so no can opener required. So I'm going to eat, edit this video, and go to bed so I can get started early tomorrow.